We in big trouble. Julian. NEAVES Sunday, September 17, 2017. Would Trinidad and Tobago withstand the onslaught of a Category 5 hurricane like Irma, which the Caribbean and the southern U.S. continues to recover from? Most likely, experts tell Sunday Newsday in this special report. If a Category 5 hurricane like Irma were to hit Trinidad and Tobago, buildings in lower-income areas and squatters would be the most affected, says Joint Consultative Council for the Construction Industry President Dr. James Armstrong. If it were to happen here, it might not be as devastating as 95% of the buildings in Barbuda, but you would be surprised to see a significant amount of destruction. Irma caused also catastrophic damage in Barbuda, St. Barthélemy, St. Martin, Anguilla and the Virgin Islands, and has caused at least 82 deaths, including 43 in the Caribbean and 39 in the United States. But what if it and another similar hurricane had hit this country? Armstrong, in response to Sunday Newsday, said a powerful hurricane would be devastating to this country in different ways, including severe flooding. He said he was also not sure that the type of construction used for small buildings could withstand a Category 4 or 5 hurricane. We will have a significant amount of damage. I don't think we are really following, particularly in lower-income areas, following even small building guidelines. Armstrong said the country has not had the experience of a powerful hurricane for many years. It was hit by Tropical Storm Brett in June, leading to one indirect death, downed trees, roofs blown off and flooding, but no major damage. But back in 1974, Tropical Storm Alma caused $5 million in damage and 2 deaths, while the 1933 Trinidad hurricane resulted in 13 deaths, thousands left homeless, and an estimated $3 million in damages. And there was deadly Hurricane Flora in 1963, which devastated Tobago on September 30, with winds estimated at 195 kilometers per hour. 18 people died in Tobago, and 2 drowned in Trinidad due to flooding triggered by the Category 3 storm. The island lost 50% of its coconut trees and cocoa crop, as well as 75% of the trees of the forestry reserve. Flora destroyed an estimated 2,750 houses in Tobago, and damaged 3,500, amounting to $30 million in losses. Armstrong said there is a need to tighten up the construction of buildings and homes, and this includes ensuring inspections take place. He recommended the retrofitting of a number of homes. I'm hopeful something can be taken into consideration, certainly within local government municipal bodies, for the building control. Armstrong said to construct a home, an application must be made to the Town and Country Planning Division, but with local government reform it would all be done at the municipal level. There are guidelines, he disclosed, for the construction of small buildings which most engineers follow, as well as codes from Florida in the United States and the United Kingdom. Armstrong also said there is a Caribbean Uniform Building Code, a cubic. Although Irma caused major damage in Florida, there are many reports that buildings withstood her fury because of improved building codes enforced after 1992's Category 5 Hurricane Andrew caused significant infrastructure damage to the state. Armstrong said despite the guidelines, they are not always followed, and gave the example of roofs resting on a ring beam, a horizontal support for a masonry wall, instead of being properly connected. He said in the event of a hurricane, the housing stock at a lower income level would incur significant damage, though not to the extent suffered in other countries. And by and large there is fairly good housing stock at the upper level, he observed. God is a Trini, so we keep getting away from it. Armstrong attributed seasonal flooding to a lack of control. He pointed out that in the National Physical Development Plan (NPDP) of 1984 there were areas indicated as floodplains, but from then to now it is surprising that such areas have had significant development. He also said with the level of squatting and squatter regularization, the country was really asking for trouble when it comes to hurricanes. On the National Building Code, for which a committee had been set up, Armstrong said as far as he is aware work is still being done on it, but we need to move on that as quickly as possible. We do need a building code. We really need to get these things done, and once we have it in place we need to enforce it at the design level when we submit designs, and have it scrutinized carefully to ensure the details in architectural drawings would withstand different disasters. We also have earthquakes to think about. That is another problem as well.